As always, if we answer more questions, sort of at a stick assassin right. Can't really search. Looking for blue text that stands out as being stopped.
Yeah, that always what seems to pull me out of the Wikipedia articles. Well, I probably said that in a weird way. It's, yeah, I agree that it's the stuff that I look for.
And usually it's in the text in between.
Mm-hmm.
List of no tasks. So it's both.
The only other thing I can find that was close to ploy was while, but even then, not really feeling it.
So they got the connotation of feminine wiles, but certainly if the character doesn't ascribe to any identity, then feel that the character it's like a it's not even it's more
We Master Chief it.
decide not to choose gender. This could be I really like it actually. So I think we're gonna well.
I actually kind of thought you were gonna say, we should combine this with another word, real
Well,
quick.
the issue is that I don't think it's gonna combine.
Yeah, me either. That's why I was dreading the fact that I thought you were gonna say that.
I think it's gonna combine because it's a strong word on its own. W into I. The softer. Certainly, you could put something like man or something. It sounds okay. It doesn't need it here.
Mm-hmm.
It says enough on its own. In fact, it says more than enough on its own, and it's something that'll yield to mean more, which is what we were.
Yeah.
There are also such things as masculine wiles. That
Well, yeah, I'm
also
like, while when you say it as like feminine while, you think for some reason, even though it's not, you think attractiveness or something that someone does that's attractive. When in actuality, it's tricky or cunningness, if that's even a word. Could just cunning.
using the gender role to your advantage,
Yeah.
which is something that we want to force.
I guess in a way, it's kind of like without the mask, it's like don't hit me. Oh, with the mask, yeah, you don't know who I am, so I'm okay with you hitting me now. Okay, rank 2. So something that happens while you're under the influence of someone's while, in a sense. Know what I mean? You're gonna want to use that while they're under the effect.
Yes.
It's gonna be an action you take while they're under the effect of your quote unquote charm or cunning.
Making a move.
Well, I mean, whoa. But yes.
Connotative.
Yeah.
Conceive.
Yeah. Horseplay. Monkey business. God, I love words.
I like rook.
Which one?
Used as a disparaging term for person since at least 1508, extended from 77 to mean a cheat, especially of cards or dice. Verb to defraud by cheating is first attested in 15.
Hmm.
Is from 1720. So rook is a bird. So
Rook. Okay.
two words that are together. Kit begins rather proud. That say exactly what they're to mean.
I really want rank 3 to be Masquerade, but I also don't want that at all.
And other words that work.
I tried typing in Masquerade and it was just giving me different types of parties. So that was kind of
You
annoying.
can search the second set. It's off the second tab. Disguise.
Mm.
Yeah, like when you look at a word, I don't know.
Is used as a noun or a verb for disguise.
Yeah,
Okay.
which is what's really sight.
I kind of liked revel, but that makes me think of like some kind of evil demon king reveling in destruction.
We need something that's 2 or 3 syllables here. Masquerade
Yeah.
would fit. It's too obvious, I think.
We could always do gaiety. Because it's, in all seriousness, it's the exact same thing as revel.
If anyone messages on Twitch, let me know.
Yeah. Oh, hey, what's up, the Yo Hollow? It's good to see you again. We are doing another ability naming stream. We've got 3 names for the Cabaretto. We've got the rank 1, rank 2, and the rank 7. Working on rank 3 right now, which is where the Cabaretto gets the mask that they can pass out to allies and mask themselves, concealing HP and MP and damage received. If you guys got anything on that, be super cool to hear. We're looking up some stuff right now.
Sorry. See the check. See. dissimulation.
What about Bacchanal?
Thought about that. Just a little bit too.
Hmm. Oh, there's not even a freaking pronouncing button for this word. Paste, crest. Hmm. This is super long, but I might butcher it while I'm saying it. Conviviality.
It's a pretty word, but it's a little.
Yeah, that's my problem with it. I liked it because it's a festivity or a feast where you come together with the people you care about to celebrate life
It's
together.
great. I can't. Says the evil. It's okay, evil hollow. Can't think of it there. You are not alone. I'm gonna put silhouette here. Something I originally wanted to save for the words, but so nicely.
What about silhouetted? Just slap a D on the end of that.
Adds a whole other syllable.
How dare. So it's kind of like an entrance into a party or into a stage, is
Silhouette.
how I'm looking at it. You're revealing your mask or you're taking off your mask, revealing the character. Uh, could also be coming off stage.
Sinking into stage left, stage right. Proscenium.
Yeah.
Just moving. Stage. Spell the. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter. We'll get what you going for, I think.
I can't spell worth crap.
Aaron Cabaretto. Yes, we are. Sigi. Yes, we are. Just trying to get so far. 7 to go.
What about outset? Yeah, if you have to go grab your dictionary, that's fine.
In fact, if you want, it's generally easier to thesaurus.com. These things are designed to focus unnecessary and cumbersome.
Yes.
So that they could.
Outset. Act of setting out on a journey, business. Daily or
So
outsetting. I like outset though.
it's also figure out the name of the charge itself.
Yeah. Gain a blank charge. This charge is consumed. Oh yeah, we can actually clear up space with typing in the actual name and rank too. What about S is kind of cheesy. Encore for the name of the charge. Or something along that.
Keep looking at Encore.
Yeah. Oh god, how do I spell it? I'm gonna see if that's how I spell it. That wasn't even close.
Ugh. Tell you guys, don't get the sucks.
What about plaudits?
Okay, it was completely mask concealment. Concealment. Checking concealment. Concealment. I used to do this thing where I named the mask. Ability was like mask of blank,
Mm-hmm.
mask of mirth, mask of pen. It's like that. The reason that we changed it and we stopped doing mask of was that the naming conventions for the abilities changed. Multisyllabic descriptors, 2 words only when necessary, and never.
Hmm.
Thank you for the suggestion, Evil. Something of concealment. Certainly something I would work with.
Yeah. What about just unveil?
3. So we finished right.
Well, wherever you think it's going to be better. Truth be told.
Reduce blank veil. Generally, I like words and read them. Actual context. Well, it's true. I guess most of the time. Or of the Cavalry's echo sent. Smith uses echo stacks.
Oh no. The Cavalier. Oh, wait a minute. I don't know. Could we do anything with the word recollection?
Silver.
Because I kind of like a recollection stack on the Writsmith. But Echo's so much more fitting on it. On the Cavalier.
So much sense here too.
It's the kt sounds coming right off of fun. Ugh. Know what I mean? Why are those colored?
Because it allows for you to space. I mean, the first letters or the names themselves.
It's just the letters.
First letters are colored to show synergies between abilities.
Mm.
So to point out which one is the primary, which one is the secondary, which ones are interacting tertiarily.
That's pretty neat. There's no sarcasm in that statement. I actually mean that that is very neat.
It's not immediately visible, so that's the does help to differentiate, see where the interactions are. We didn't do it for the other classes because well, we did it for the Lost Driver. We haven't done it for the Ridsmith because we didn't take the time just after finishing it. Didn't have names up yet, so that's something we'll probably do today if we finish. But
Mm.
hey, says good day. Salutation. I need to eat another fruit cup, but my stomach hurts.
Then just drink the juice.
Oh, so got a tip from someone with it. Should maybe tell you guys what the charge is that we're working on. Cabaretto. That's a good idea because we didn't really mention it. So basically, what this charge does, I don't know if you guys have played Stratego before. Or Stratego, I was younger, and I basically, but you have different pieces or different like little cardboard cutout pieces of generals, and it's basically a game of chain of command. Really low ranking soldiers all the way up to like majors and generals. You get fewer generals and majors than you do. Um, you also have flag carriers, which is it's the job of the other to go and snag. And you have bombs that immediately kill things when they touch them. You also have spies that can kill general in one hit. And the crux of the game is that all of your pieces start flipped over and reveal when they engage another piece. So the strategy is to try and poke holes in the enemy's defenses and use your low ranking pieces to unveil pieces so that you can send specific assassins after them. It's a very fun game, but maybe it hold up super well now. I don't know. I haven't played in a long time. But what I really liked in Stratego, my favorite thing that I do is I would just line up a ring of around my flag carrier. So if they wanted him to blow up a ton of guys to get to him, bomb placement was my absolute favorite. Um,
Wait, is that the one where you they're like the characters are like flipped up on a board.
Yeah,
They're like on a hinge.
might be that. Here, so I'll show you some images.
Because I think I've played that once before.
Just oh god, I'm going to be embarrassed when I go to meet until now. You have a class that you have to go to now very soon.
Yeah, I actually see it in an image. Yeah.
Yeah, here it is.
It's like a little board. It's red and blue, and you flip the guys up and
Yep,
stuff.
here's
Yeah.
Stratego. So you can see their bombs placed in the person's formation. I don't remember if you could move bombs or not. I don't.
I'm pretty sure you can move them like any other piece. But I mean, I could be completely wrong.
So basically, you would try to trick opponent into moving into the bomb. Constructed here is something very similar. We're taking inspiration from, or I was taking inspiration from. So reveal all feign damage you possess and then consume it. When you next equip the mask, you may have target gain a blank charge, and this is the bomb. This charge is consumed when that ally is next targeted. Blank charges deal direct damage to that ally and the first enemy that would target. To the feign damage consumed by rank 4 ability. Hours ago. That's what I had typed. Type. On the end of a bender. Something. Generally, I would begin the night of.
Same. Get a bit of paper that way.
Produced results until I had 2 papers due on the same day, and then.
Well, I mean, then you just give up and go home.
Yeah.
Quit college.
Yeah. Start making a game.
Exactly. See, look how good it's going. Hear that, kids? Drop right out of school.
God. Kid friendly stream rating just went down 20 points. Pursue your dreams, kids. Put my real name, my username, you see now. She's probably just going to call.
Oh.
You already submitted it. Interesting, though. Always nice to have
Man,
your app.
that happens. That is the downfall of digital medias.
Sona.
Your handle.
So, to find a name for these bomb charges, I also think that we the word persona in somewhere,
Mm.
if only to persona is what we want instead of silhouette. Which would you prefer?
Kind of like personify.
Personify? See, I want persona to reference as like an homage to the series, taking a lot of inspiration. Jeez.
Yeah. I still think it's a good nod towards them. In fact, those games are awesome.
The issue with putting personify is that it's more of an music.
Okay, yeah.
Persona is more of a passive. But you would rather have it than silhouette.
Yes. Silhouette feels pretty weak.
Persona. As we go. So these charges, they look a bomb. What's a bomb in a, it's a climax or the re Feel the twist.
Yeah, the twist ending.
Twist.
The Shyamalan.
The sham.
You get a sham charge.
Sham char. Sham. Is a. This doesn't have it, so.
Oh, hey, what's up, Faith?
Hey, buddy. Herring. Misleading ploy. Gimmick. Do you remember those words we were thinking about?
Which ones?
C1 that you suggested.
Oh, give me a sec. Let me go back in my history. Was it the conviviality? Give me a sec. Oh, it's not letting me go back that far.
Cavort.
Cavill?
It's cavort.
Okay. Covert charges?
Doesn't work.
Yeah.
I was thinking it'd be interesting. I was thinking about the word and exactly how it sounded. It's errand.
Hmm. What about perform for rank 4 or something like that?
It's a little too
Direct.
something that says perform without saying perform.
Yeah. Enact? No.
So
Sorry.
it's the word for it's not a van. It sounds similar.
A copy that's not a what?
There's a word for a copy of something. It's not a vanity, but it's similar. Continue with my game. I didn't know. It's my first. Keep going, buddy. Please keep going. Just a few hours a day can make this amount of difference. The idea That's where you would keep them. You're not sure if this Cabaretto is vein or not.
Hmm.
This is sort of about control. There's a lot of chair. So the shut spot. Seat. So seat. Frankfurt seat.
Mm.
Its connotative and denotative meanings.
Yes.
I'm gonna take one of the that we used in the Cavalier. Uh, the ability and the descriptions.
Hmm.
It makes it a lot easier to see the interactions between them.
That's a good point.
Does so
We can always do it after the stream.
let's do that after. Just need to make it myself. Bold and bold. Soma conceit. Charge. So seat charge. Just need to figure out what charge is. Sip of my water. They're helping. It's not perfect. Snip, snip. Gone.
What about performance charge?
Used to be shorter.
Shorter.
Still think the twist is one that we considering putting something in.
Wait, what?
How I said that it's out as a statement.
Yeah.
I still agree with that. I think sounds are off. Persona conceit. If it was two syllables, it would go persona conceit, which has a better, which is such a small syllable. I suppose I'll see how the rest of it shapes up before I decide. I do have a candidate for something to put. It's one of those half puns almost.
Well, what is it?
That's what makes sense. It's not great or anything.
But what is it?
It's erstwhile. Is while you don't hear that
Mm.
term very frequently and it's spelled Erstwhile, it connotatively, so I don't exact deep refers to
Former.
former, right? Past. So if you put erst in front of while, then it refers to um, past use of
Oh, so it's like the Manticore.
gender to advantage. Yes, exactly. It's like that.
I like it.
Well, if you like, still think that some people are going to. Why there's so many typos? Adding it to my personal dictionary, although I think I'll actually all instead because from now on when I try and type erstwhile, type
Yeah.
correct version.
Did you mean erstwhile? No, I meant erstwhile. Come on.
It's
What's
not.
that's not.
It's not a mistake. I think just one. I would not be caught a page writing on this. Not that I write.
Yeah.
It's just a single RPG Maker game. No, doesn't matter how simple it is. It's a representation of you. We're behind it, buddy.
What a dad statement to make.
Sorry. Guess what I meant by that is
We'll be
all
proud of you no matter what, son.
all games start off simple, and adding complexity doesn't necessarily make it a better.
Can even make it a way worse game.
So, regardless of what options are simple it appears now, the fact that you're making a game, starting a game, something that I fully support. More people should buy it. Knowing what is fun and what's not fun can make you curmudgeonly, I guess, when you have to go to and play things like apples to apples. It's not a fun game.
But I would just prefer. I would prefer to play Cards Against Humanity.
Right, right. You can just it makes you more aware of what's around you and how things are being designed to fit to you. There's a really good extra credits video on affordances. I'm not sure if your stream is familiar with what affordances are. But basically, when you go to this is the example that's given in the novel that there it's more of like a design book through it because they suggested in that episode that you're interested that you should. But anyway, it's a book on design and they talk about affordances and the example is always a door. When you go to a door, if there's a handle on it, you know intuitively to grasp that handle with your hand and as it makes sense that the motion that would follow grasping a handle is pulling it. Whereas you go to a door and you see that there's a bar and there's nothing to grasp with your hand, you know that you should place your hands against it, push forward with your body. So those items are designed for you to interact intuitively. The time that you see them to the time that you touch them, you know exactly what you're to do or to make that item do what it's supposed to do. So the design is affording for it to interact with it. Don't know how exactly I got to that topic. It was something to do. Design extra
Yeah, you know.
game simplicity designing designing. So designing even really simple stuff like me helps you to become a better designer or looking at a door. Very simple things. Can't figure out this charge though. New tab.
Hmm.
Gimmick. This is sort of a gimmicky class. It's like a not that I would use the word gimmick, but it's sort of like a
You gain a ploy charge.
play but plays to work. It's almost like a funny word. It's very round, whereas the it's very sharp, dagger like. Would have talons if it were a creature.
So what about a plot?
Plot is a little harder.
I want this to be sharper.
Oh, word. Yeah, I do. If we could use slant, I would use it, but technically,
Yeah.
I'd rather have something like slint as a word. So you can see like the
What
and
about stint?
stint doesn't really work for the George is doing though.
Yeah.
See, like while is a hard word. First while is still a hard word. It's hard. Persona is sort of round, but it sounds pretty and slightly ominous. Conceit is not a pretty word, but is exactly what we need to mean. And of the words that we've chosen so far, I'm least conceit. Just think it's that we want to such a good, such a full extent. Something very similar. Just wanted to change it. Each device con. So on one hand, I want the words to be pretty and to be sharp. It's hard to. I mean, I think ruse is probably one of the closer ones.
Yeah, I was gonna suggest that, but it's not very
I
what
like
you request.
I like coup.
Coup. I instantly go to coup de grace.
That's what it is too.
Mm-hmm.
Exploit.
Gambit, maybe. Feint. Yeah.
The issue with coup is that it's just so French.
Yeah.
You like using putsch. Interestingly enough, a synonym. So German. Can't separate the two. For those watching, discuss this with Logan. We were talking about which word was it? Bits or something. The issue is that it's derived. The word is Yiddish. Excuse me. Ugh. I didn't mean to burp at the word Yiddish. But the word is Yiddish, and that gives it a very real world association. To the fullest extent possible, you want to keep the player in your world. You want them to question the reality that you're crafting for them. I think certain words can do that. Not sure if that's true, but it's just a feeling. We were talking about the dwarves, and one of them said, "For the motherland." It's clearly like there's no way you're doing that without a Russian accent.
Yeah.
It's clear the it's too clear, too evident.
What about con?
Con charge just doesn't sound good.
Really?
Yeah,
I think it's.
you would think that the alliteration would work. Not. I think it's because I think con carne.
Oh, it doesn't help that the it's called conceit. Now that I think about it.
I just want to call it con charge.
Con charge.
I think there is room for alliteration, and I quite like alliteration. I know a lot of authors, people who write think it's a cheap trick, but
I don't know why, but the word trip popped into my head. Trip charge.
Charge. If we could somehow fit trip wires into this class, this identity, I think it would work. But
Uh, trick charge. Go for the obvious.
the word bilk, it's a little too
Cheat.
its origin. I think the issue is it's just like a little too silly. I don't like the word silly. By the way, call something silly. I mean, I know it has a very specific sort of con. Certain things can be silly, but not. When someone calls you silly, they saying that you're the sort of person who doesn't take yourself seriously, I guess. Or they usually use it in reference to children, silly goose. So, somewhat patronizing in a way. The more I say it, the more.
But it just makes me go, ugh. Every time you say it and I get the word in my mouth and I'm not even saying it and it makes my tongue
Bilk.
feel weird.
Bilk.
Stop. Stop it. That's not even cool. That just makes me feel freaking gross, man.
Doesn't it? But it's such a like that's what I really like
It's
about
like you've got a slimy bramble in your mouth.
it. That's exactly what the Cabaretto is.
Well,
Slimy bram.
then name it Bilk.
It's a slimy bram. Used to be a rose.
Then I guess it's a Bilk charge.
But yeah, that's the issue though, is that like I can talk myself into using bilk.
It doesn't make it good.
Sure, if it's just because we've spent so long. Bilk is has the same sort of sound as trip. It's quite nicely.
Mm-hmm.
Bilk charge works fine. It's the two words layered together. Just don't know if bilk like I tend to trust my initial reaction, thinking it was too silly. And of course you don't like it, which is another step.
What about mulked? Mulked.
Spell it.
Mulct. Yes. It comes from mulkter, to fine or punish.
It weren't such an ugly word.
I mean, it's doing exactly what we want this word to do.
Charge. I think that
Yeah,
bilk.
sounds. Yeah, milk charge.
I think the issue is that the sound at the end is just so hard to reconcile with the charge bit after it. Bilk you can kind of flow in. You have
Yeah,
to come to an abrupt stop at the T on molt.
yeah, because the C's before it.
Like molt
If it was just mulk charge,
charge or molt charge. I
mulk charge, yeah.
do like the word. Use that word at some point. Some of my
Balk, balk, verb, stop short or thwart. No, I mean balk. It's literally
I
Balk.
too close to sounding like
Yeah, bulk,
okay.
not balk.
Bulk is already on bulk.
Oh, it's actually pronounced balk, like
Bulk.
like a chicken.
No, I know. Depending on regional accents, it can get especially with that's what I was talking about with having your choices
Yeah.
sort of narrowed down by These are good though. Keep along that line of interrogating thesaurus.com to convince.
Yeah, I've just got the lamp in its face and I'm smacking it. Tell me your secrets.
Tell me the word. Gotham needs a hero. Oh, that didn't.
Where are
Sorry
they?
about
Where is it? Where's the word?
that. Gitis. Scots. Skullduggery.
Hmm.
Some skullduggery spelled separately. Ruse. Excuse me.
What about a foil charge?
Sounds like something that changed to an electrical circuit.
Not in this pre-Renaissance mystical age.
I think the issue is just the sort of implications of.
Yeah.
It's not a bad. It's not bad. It describes exactly what you're doing with the charge, which is good. Just a little too real. I think Bilk is a goblin.
Bilk. Because it's got the ill right inside of it. Also the K on the end. Ruin charge? Maybe.
Charge. Spread.
Soubrette.
Spread.
Spoil charge.
Book with that. Let me. Here we go. Skullduggery Pleasant. Oil stand. We were looking in the get out of this theatrical mindset and get something more manipulative.
Distortion.
Exploit. Go upstage. Said to get out of that